So we are here with Tioksop Olivier and Bankwe Lizambe, co-presidents of the jury for the selection of winners of the Purpose Scholarship for University Students. So they are going to tell us some more about this scholarship scheme. And so my first question to you is, what is the Purpose Scholarship?
Thank you very much for having us. So the Purpose Scholarship is for internally displaced persons who would like to study at university. And to have this scholarship, they have to demonstrate the need for it.
Oh, I see. So it's mostly about the demonstrating the need for it. Are there any other thing else, Lisa?
Okay. To add to what he said, the Purpose Scholarship is for, it's a grant to students who are at the level of the university, especially the internally displaced people. It's a way to push them forward, to give them support to be able to complete their education at the university level. So in order for them to have this scholarship, they are supposed to portray the need, the motivation, and the willingness to be able to continue with their studies, because this will help them to overcome their fear of not having a bright future, which they did before. So I think this scholarship is purposely aimed at turning their fear and their pain into something productive and fulfilling future.
Like turning their pain into purpose. Okay, wow, that's a good one. And now my next question is, how was the selection done? I'll start with Olivier.
So for these students to be awarded this Purpose Scholarship, they had to write a scholarship essay. So basically we've had a number of essays that we read, and the selection was based on the students' need, the students' motivation. So we base our grading on the fact that the student needs to show the people awards the scholarship that they really need this scholarship through their writing. So they have to demonstrate this need in writing.
Oh, I see. So it was not so much about the grading, it was more about the need and also about their motivation.
Exactly.
Oh, do you agree, Lisa, or were there other criteria?
Well, I agree. And yes, I agree.
Even though we also took sorry, we also took some aspects into account, like their presentations, their language. Since they're writing in the English language, we also emphasize on the grammar. You know, they're about to enter university, and they need to write, because university is also about writing, and you cannot just go to university without knowing how to write. So, and the writing is either in the English language or French. So in our case, it's the English language. So the students have to demonstrate a good mastery of the English language. So when grading the essays, we also took that into account, even though it was not the focus of our grading.
Oh, I see. So if you are going to the university, you should know how to present yourself, you should know how to write.
Exactly.
Yes, and that is demonstrative, that is representative of a purpose scholar.
Yeah.
Okay. So now my next question, I'll start with you, Lisa. What do you expect from a purpose scholar?
Okay, the first thing I'll expect from a purpose scholar is consistency.
Yes.
You have to be consistent, because if you have been chosen as a purpose scholar, it means you have to be committed. And in being committed, you have to be consistent. Being consistent require you to do certain activities to prove that you were being chosen because you were found worthy of this purpose scholarship. And the people who chose you, the committee who chose you, believes that you can be well molded and you can represent a committee. Since this is a scholarship for university students, you are expected to show some level of maturity. You are expected to do things in a strict and straight manner. You don't want people who will flicker. Today you're here, tomorrow you're not. You have to make a suitable timetable that will require you to be at the right place and at the right time.
Thank you. And now my advice to Olivier. What advice can you give these purpose scholars, those who have won, those who have finally made it to the big three, and even the one who has made it to the waiting list? What advice can you give them?
So the advice I give to these purpose scholars is they need to work hard. They have to work hard because they are entering into a phase that is not quite easy. So I advise them to work hard and to make it at university, because they have to demonstrate to the people who initiated this scholarship that they are able to take the challenges. And also I advise them to be the best in their studies, because this might not only end at the level of universities here in Cameroon, it might also go beyond Cameroon. And for it to go beyond Cameroon, they need to demonstrate that they are the best. Best in their studies and best in anything else. Yes. So I advise them to be the best in their studies. They should have good grades, good results, good marks, so that if one day they have the opportunity to go and study maybe abroad or whatsoever, they should be the first people in line. So that is what I advise them, and that is what the organizers of Afrogiveness is expecting from them.
Oh,
So,
wow.
thank you.
What about Lisa? Do you have any advice to give them?
Like you said, we expect them to triumph, to always stand out, to be the best in whatever they do, education-wise and attitude. Humility is also key to success. So they're expected to be humble, because that will take them to higher heights.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for selecting our purpose scholars. Thank you very much for giving them advice. Thank you very much for motivating and encouraging them. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much
Thank
for
you
having us.